Hello, everyone. Nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. And, well, Raid wants you to play Live Arena. And, by gosh, are they going to make you play Live Arena? We've got some big changes that were announced today coming to Raid. Well, kind of like small changes that will have a pretty big impact in terms of how you play the game. You can see I'm on the test server right now. And you can see that advanced quest has already been added in. Win one Live Arena battle for 50 energy. So, yeah. Let's look at these patch notes. This is where all this info has actually come out. Lots of thing changes actually for clans as well. So I'm actually going to show you this on the test server, the new clan shop. But clan improvements are coming. 5 new clan levels. So you can go up to level 25 now with your clan. So if we jump over to clans here on the test server so we can see it. Before it used to only go up to 20. Now it goes all the way up. Whoop, let's move me off the screen. All the way up to 25. So by going up to 25, you'll now get 12%, eventually 14% more silver. So a bit more silver from campaign. At level 23, you'll get 5 more multi-battles per day. At level 21, a 13th clan shop slot opens up. And at level 25, a 14th. And then the weekly clan quests, those stay the same. So let's jump over to the clan shop and let's see what is new. Well, it's level 13 and level 14. That is what's new. What is in the item pool? Let's zip on down. We can see for slot 13 is actually pretty good. Mythical Charms, and then Chaos Powder and Chaos Dust. And it does look like it's probably going to be ×3. 750 for one reroll. Let's be honest, that's kind of like a must buy, I think. For anyone that's that far in the game, this is definitely such a good thing to buy because you can re-roll the Ascensions on your gear really good. Basically, this slot 13 is just really good. Slot 14 then has a barrel, another set of 6-star Bloodthirst, the 1 hour of free gear removal, or then a 6-star Mythical Chaos Ore. I actually think this is a little bit worse. I much prefer the slot 13, honestly. This is okay. So a bit of extra gear removal. I find the 1 hour is honestly kind of useless. It will save you a bit of silver, but not that much. Like, you're almost better off just buying the silver, right? Like, I can buy 1,000,000 silver for 450 coins, gear change for 1 hour for 750. You've got to be saving a lot of money for that. I'm not too keen on that. The barrel is kind of questionable as well. I've got a bunch of barrels saved up. I try to use them as much as possible, and I still end up with more barrels than I need. I do like the Chaos Ore. That's actually really good. And then more Bloodthirst is okay, I guess. The set's the average. So yeah, I think slot 14, not too impressive. I'll probably still end up buying a bunch of the stuff because I've got a lot of clan gold. Slot 13 looks really good. So two pretty decent new additions to the clan shop. But I'm curious, is your clan even close? I don't know. My clan certainly is. We'll get there pretty fast. So for me, it's great. Probably much more of an end game player thing. Yeah, probably. Important note here as well. No one will keep excess clan XP earned after reaching clan level 20 prior to this update. So yeah, you don't have any banked up or stored up. You're starting from, yeah, nothing has saved up if you're already max level on live. You're starting from level 20, 0% progress to level 21. Straightforward enough. New clans come with appropriate bonuses. Okay. I don't know. Have they changed? I don't believe they've changed earlier stuff. I think the earlier levels are still the same. So I'm not sure what that's about. As far as I know. Let me know if there is a difference, though. As far as I can tell, the earlier levels are still the same. Now, here we come into some of the spicier stuff. Live Arena improvements. Quote unquote. Improvements. Upon reaching level 60, players will have their arena-themed advanced quests changed to one that requires winning a live arena battle. Okay, so in the advanced quest, this is what we saw. It's actually live on the test server today. So these are the things over here. It also looks like, has it been, I don't think it's been nerfed. So we still have our classic arena 5 times in our daily quest for this energy. Yeah, it's this quest over here. And funny enough, I still have Fight in 5 Tag Arena for the extra faction war keys. This is now win 1 live arena. I think what this was before was win arena with all champions from the same affinity, or 4 champions from different affinities, or champions from the same faction. I think that's the quest it's replacing. which is honestly, this is fine. It means you don't need to have those sort of niche teams. It's kind of good. One thing that I have, I don't know if I've got it here, I probably don't have it on the test server. Rash on the test server. I do. So I actually have like a 1 affinity, 1 faction, 4 affinity teams. It'd actually be kind of nice if I could get rid of those, clear up 3 safe presets. Would be good for more arena teams. That's a pretty positive thing. But there's no question that this is a lot slower. Winning live arena is no doubt a lot slower than, win one classic arena with all, or not even win. It used to be just do a classic arena fight with like 4 champs from the same affinity. You can lose and it's still okay. So that's a pretty spicy change. I think that's going to annoy people. For me, it doesn't really annoy me. It's a pretty small thing, but I think a lot of people will be very angry about that. Doesn't take much though. Furthermore, we'll add a separate live week. Oh, this is interesting. I haven't seen this unless it is in the live arena section. Let's read this first. We'll add a separate live arena quest for all players with access to live arena. It requires winning 1, 3, or 5 live arena battles and provides rewards that include 20x multi-battle attempts, 50 energy, and a live arena chest that contains artifacts, charms, silver, and even has a chance to drop a legendary skill tome once a month. That's actually really good. I don't know if it has shown up on the test server yet. I didn't. Oh, never mind. There's no live arena on the test server. So who knows? I don't see anything about it in the quest section. So yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be in the live arena tab that you will find that. And yeah, I think that's a pretty positive thing. So it's going to make it, again, feel pretty good. So yeah, you're going to be forced to do live arena, probably every day, win 1 fight per day. But good news is you're going to be doing this quest. I'm curious how often this quest will reset. Is it like a once off? Is it today? Yeah, I'm really not sure. Maybe this is just like it will show up in the advanced quest and be like, win 3 live arena battles. I'm not entirely sure how this works. A free extra legendary skill tome once a month, though, is well worth it. Live arena is one of those funny things where, honestly, the rewards are pretty decent now. Like the area bonuses in particular, these are really strong. I should really do more than I do. They're really strong. They up your damage a lot. They make Cursed City way easier. It's really powerful, but a lot of people don't do it. This seems to be their solution, right? Instead of trying to make live arena better, I honestly think it's really hard to make live arena better in a way that will actually entice players that don't want to do it to do it. This is, unfortunately, a much easier solution. Just force people to do it with an advanced quest. Just be like, no, you have to do it. And you only have to win 1 fight a day. It's a simple solution to get people to do it. I know you're not going to like hearing that. You don't want to be forced to do things, but it is a simple and effective solution to get people to play it more, and the rewards will pay off. You might not enjoy it, but just get it over with, and there you go. I think that people that don't like live arena are just never going to like live arena, so it's going to be tough. They're also increasing the duration of each live arena activity frame by 1 hour and adjusting matchmaking for newer players to make their start in the PvP mode smoother. I think that is very positive. Make it a bit easier for the new players. That's great. Look, that being said, people, I've played many multiplayer games, online multiplayer in my time. People will always complain that the matchmaking sucks. Matchmaking sucks. The reality is people just don't like losing. Whenever you're losing, it's very easy to blame matchmaking. The matchmaking sucks. I mean, sometimes the matchmaking does suck in Raid. I mean, it's not going to give you... It's just the reality. It's not going to give you a fair fight every time. It's not really practical to have fair fights in Raid. I mean, it's a pay-to-win game, okay? You're not going to get fair fights every single fight. It's just not going to happen. The good news is the more people that are actually engaging in Live Arena, the better matchmaking can be. But it still will never be perfect. But yeah, look, those are the changes. I actually, you know what? I actually think this is not bad. Is my genuine thought. Is I think Live Arena is actually it's a good mode for the game overall. I mean, the bigger problem I think is that, people go in and you just get stomped by someone who's a big kraken, and like there's nothing you can do. You're almost doomed from the start. again, that matchmaking improves. When you force people to play more, that matchmaking should improve because if those Krakens are playing more, they will just keep climbing up. And if you're, if you can't beat them, then you're going to stay roughly where you are. And then eventually over time, it should improve and you'd be better off. We'll see. We'll see how it actually ends up happening, working. Will it actually work? It's hard to say. And of course, I mean, here's the thing. Like you could be equally matched. Like let's say you're a fairly mid-game player and you're matched against other mid-game players. Look, if one of those mid-game players decides, hey, you know what? This weekend, spending $1,000 on the game. Let's go. And they do that. And then you match against them. Guess what? You could be in trouble, right? Oh, they just bought 5 mythical champions. Great. They just bought a Galathir. Cool. Good luck. You're kind of screwed. It's just, you're never going to have the perfect matchmaking. But this might make it a bit better. We'll see. Siege improvements coming up then. Siege will see several quality of life changes aimed at making the experience smoother. Here's what you can expect. Number 1. If a clan destroys a stronghold or a mana shrine, or if a clan's stronghold or mana shrines remain intact at the end of the battle phase, all clan members who set at least one defense team, won at least one attack, or captured one enemy team slot will receive rewards of mana orbs. I'm not sure if this is new. So is this new? Let's take a look. So we've got our rewards as is already. You qualify for this. The wording of this is a little bit strange. I'm not entirely sure what is different. Now, one thing that is new and they've been talking about is by simply setting a defense team, you qualify, right? You qualify. Destroy stronghold or mana shrine. I'm pretty sure this is just referring to this. Destroy stronghold or destroy mana shrine. Or again, defend stronghold, defend mana shrine. So my understanding is you will simply qualify for these mana orbs just by setting a defense. So you're not going to need to win an attack anymore. If you set a defense, win an attack, capture one enemy team slot, do any of those, you'll be, I think, eligible for the rewards. That's my understanding. If you win the siege, if you set a defense, win one attack, or capture one team slot, you'll get a victory chest. Okay, great. So again, you can get the victory chest just by setting a defense team. If there's no attacks left for you to do, you can still get it if you set that defense, and everyone should and can. The same conditions apply to receiving milestone rewards as well as florins. Okay, great. So basically, I think that's a very complicated way of saying that to qualify for all this battle report stuff, you can qualify now by just setting a defense. You don't need to win an attack, though that will also qualify you. Okay, pretty simple. So win an attack or set a defense, and you will qualify for any of the stuff that your clan has earned. Okay, great. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. 2, we will drastically reduce the cost of repairing the stronghold, magic towers, defense towers, and mana shrines. I'm not sure how much they've done. I am on the test server. Nobody does Clan Siege because this is the test server. All of our stuff is alive. I don't know what this is gonna like. There's nothing here, so I don't know how much they're gonna reduce the cost. They do say drastically. Hopefully they actually have done it drastically, but we'll see. This will again mix up Siege in a big way. Let's be honest, on the actual game, our stuff got destroyed and it's just been sat there destroyed. We haven't repaired anything. Nobody has. I'm pretty sure every clan pretty much is sitting there with everything destroyed because repairing stuff is actually a trap. Super expensive. And if it gets destroyed again, well, you're permanently set back. Really, really bad. So now repair costs much lower. Yeah, I mean, they could reduce it to like 10% of the previous cost. And it would, hopefully it is that low. I guess we'll find out. Now, this is also really important because also upgrading your buildings was bad. Attack scroll distribution will be adjusted. The number of attack scrolls given per clan will be adjusted so the clan doesn't get excessive attack scrolls and by continuation an unfair advantage. At the start of the battle phase, attack scrolls will be evenly distributed among all clan members. If the total number of attack scrolls, which is equal to the total number of enemy team slots, cannot be divided equally between clan members, the remaining attack scrolls will be given to clan members according to their role priority. Clan leader, followed by deputies, lieutenants, and soldiers in that order. If there are several clan members with the same role, the ones with the higher team power will have a higher priority. There are a total of 5 additional... Which team powers? I guess in their defenses? That's kind of confusing. There's a total of 5 additional attack scrolls given to the clan and distributed by the same logic. Interesting. Okay. Again, this is, my opinion, quite unclear. My understanding of what is changing here, though, is before. I don't remember exactly how many attacks you had versus enemy defenses, as it's just been the standard set in the live game. Now, a problem has been, if you upgrade your garrison to level 2, you would get 4 extra defense slots. But then, because you are a level 2 stronghold, every single person on the enemy team would get 1 extra attack. So, you would get 4 more defenses, they would get 30 more attacks. And I think they also got 30 extra rebattles as well. Massive disadvantage. My understanding now, we upgrade our garrison to level 2, we get 4 extra defensive slots. The enemy simply gets 4 extra attacks. That's it. Their entire clan gets 4 extra attacks. So now upgrading is actually really good. Yeah, it's really good. It just makes it better for you because, again, well, I guess it's, more difficult to fill out the defenses, but they can only use champions on attack so many times. So it does push them. And obviously, by having higher level strongholds and buildings, you can get stronger bonuses. So long as this works the way it's saying, it now does make sense. You don't want to leave everything just destroyed. You do actually want to repair stuff, and you do actually want to upgrade your stronghold, is my understanding. Hopefully it actually works that way. Yeah, so interesting. It's going to be important as well that you set up your ranks in your clan in a sensible way. I think this is a little bit awkward because, as far as I know, there's double. No, are there not other things? Like, do deputies not have some other powers for, like, inviting people and removing people and stuff like that? But now you need to make sure that your deputies are, like, you know what? Like, if you've got the really good admin guy, his account's not that strong, but he is just an MVP for your clan. He's organizing people, putting stuff together. I mean, if you put him as a deputy, you're screwed. He's getting extra attack scrolls for siege. That sucks. You now need to go in and you need to put your strongest players with the most player power. Basically, whoever spends the most money, that's who you need to give your highest clan rank to, because they'll have the best teams for attacking in siege. Definitely seems a little bit clunky. Not a big fan of that. I feel like there's conflict of interest there. We're not conflict of interest, but there's a conflict in terms of the duties of the role, shall we say. But that's how it is. That sucks, but that's the way it is. And then I think there's just always 5 additional attacks. So my understanding is, let's say we come in, I don't know, how many defenses? Let's say there's 100 defenses by default. The enemy team will have 100 attacks plus 5. So they'll have 105 attacks. They will distribute them evenly. And if there's some extra left over, so with 105 divided by 30, there's obviously going to be some left over. It will split the extra, whatever much, amongst your highest ranked people. Okay, cool. So it will give everyone an equal amount, and then it will give the extra, the over cap, it will give extra attacks to your highest ranked people. Okay, and then if you come in and if you upgrade your stronghold to level 2, I believe that they would then get, instead of 105 attacks, they get 109. Right? That's my understanding of it. Again, the 100 attacks being a hypothetical guess. I don't know how many there actually are. I think that's what's happening. We'll see how it actually works out. But yeah, basically, it does seem, long story short, I think it's going to matter a lot who you put as your high-ranked people in the clan. And your clan leader also needs to be good as well. Like, that's ridiculous, right? Your clan leader could be screwing the clan over. They're going to get the most attacks. They might not be the strongest account in your clan. I tell you what they should do. The clan leader, or the deputies, shall we say, should be allowed to distribute them as they wish. They should get the choice. They should be able to assign people to get it. I guess it's more complicated to program it in and they didn't bother, but this is definitely a clunky system. But yeah, look, hopefully this will fix the whole issue of upgrading your buildings is actually a disadvantage. Now it shouldn't be. We'll see. We'll change the number of victory medals given to clans for protecting and destroying the stronghold and mana shrines. Defending strongholds now gives you 1,250 medals. Destroying strongholds mana shrines brings you 1,350. What this is basically for the matchmaking. This is actually very important as well. So you get victory points for winning battles, and also you lose victory points for losing battles. What is the problem with this? Well, the problem with this is like so many clans, mine included, tons of clans manipulating this, particularly in tier 6, right? The lower you are on the victory points, the better. Whether you're 2,105 or 3,105, it does not matter. You are still in tier 6. The only thing extra victory points brings you at that point is harder fights, because you're fighting against people who are winning more. So what do? Obviously, you go in and you lose fights on purpose. So long as it's not going to affect winning the siege overall and getting your victory chest and these rewards here. You want to get these things, of course, but anything beyond that, you want to just lose the fights on purpose to drop victory medals. So then you get matched up against easier fights. What's the problem with that? Well, the problem is that the matchmaking then becomes absolute trash. And you get really strong clans are basically beating up weaker clans. But it's just the smart way to play. And that's what the game incentivizes. I think that this is actually a really good improvement to it. So now you're going to get a whole bunch of victory points for protecting your stronghold and whatnot. So it's going to make it, number one, as far as I can tell, make it a lot faster. I think, I hope it's these victory points. Maybe it's not these. Hopefully it is. Maybe it's these points over here. I don't know. Maybe it's these. I hope it's these. They should make it easier to climb up these tiers and harder to manipulate your score. Actually, now I'm looking at, I wonder, because there's such a big chunk of points. Like now maybe not. Like 1,000 points is crazy. That would jump you up almost the whole way. Maybe I'm wrong, actually. Maybe it is just these points over here. So they're just changing how easy it is to get these chests. I actually don't know then. Have they made that easier or harder? And then it does turn out that never mind. They're not fixing the matchmaking at all. That's definitely something they need to do. What do? I think, again, the easy thing here is to massively increase the points for victory, because that's the main thing, right? The main thing, if you win a siege, you should go up in ranks. You're winning. So they should really be cranking up the points for winning. And it is important if you're losing that, you start dropping down so you can start getting easier fights. That's important, sure. But yeah, certainly for the top end, the manipulation stuff is not good for the game. And again, this is, our clan super benefits from it, but it's really bad for the game. And it's a problem with almost every game mode, in fact, in the game. Like, the same problem exists in clan versus clan. The same problem exists in Hydra Clash. The same problem exists in Classic Arena, in Live Arena, in Tag Team Arena. The same problem is everywhere, manipulating stuff. But I think the Siege stuff is particularly bad, is my take on it. The miscellaneous changes, further enhancements to champion AI and Hydra will be implemented. Damage and ally attack skills will prioritize the head. Currently digesting a champion that already does that, but thanks. Exposed necks are the next priority. And finally, grown Hydra heads are the last target. Okay, cool. So I guess maybe the ally attack skill didn't work before. Maybe not. Certainly they did. I think it did. I think that they already implemented this, that, the champion is devoured, the green health bar, your champions will automatically on auto target that head. Next, they'll target exposed next. That's really good. And then grown Hydra heads at the last target. One thing that's a bit annoying is it doesn't seem like it will distinguish between a head with Serpent's Will, i.e. completely immune to damage, and just another living head. Like, if I have 2 living heads and one is magic affinity, but it's got Serpent's Will, and one is force affinity and it doesn't have Serpent's Will, it still seems like, whatever, my spirit affinity guy will come in and go, ooh, magic affinity? I don't want to hit him. He's magic affinity. Affinity rules, right? I'm going for the force affinity. And that it's not going to care that the force affinity is Serpent's Will. Oh, congrats. You just did literally 0 damage. So they definitely need to improve that as well. They should there should be a fourth thing. So number 1, heads digesting. Number 2, exposed necks. Number 3, grown Hydra heads without Serpent Will. And then last, like absolute last case, last ditch effort, heads with Serpent Will. Anyway, we'll see. Plarium Points program is enhanced with a new promo code available exclusively on Plarium Play warm-up card and other small improvements. I don't even know what the warm-up card is. Dearsha the Chard, who's obtainable via the program, will be buffed, and you can see the change. Okay, cool. So a new promo code. I don't. I'm guessing it's just an exclusive Plarium Play promo code that's probably going to give you Plarium Play points. I'm guessing. I don't know what this is. I think this will go live with the patch. Demon Lord will refresh between. Oh wow! Between 10 a.m. UTC and 11 UTC to reduce server load. This means all clans will receive their clan boss at some point, but not necessarily at the same time. And furthermore, players will not be able to participate in clan boss for an hour after switching clans. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So they do this with Hydra. Hydra doesn't reset at the same time. But they've never done this with clan boss. It's interesting that this is changing now. I'm honestly surprised that this didn't happen before. Again, I think this is fine. So your clan boss reset's not going to be always at the same time every day. There's going to be a 1 hour window. A little bit annoying, but again, just to make it actually reset on time. Because, I mean, sometimes you're sitting there for like 5, almost 10 minutes being like, clan boss going to like reset? Like, what's the deal? So hopefully now it should be more consistent just at different times. We'll check out the champion rebalances another time, but those are all the changes. Guys, let me know what you think about these changes. What do you think? Broadly, in my opinion, they are broadly positive. So champion AI for Hydra is great. There's a promo code, fine. The Demon Lord change, I think it's fine. I'm happy enough with Siege. Like I said, I think the matchmaking is still too easily manipulated. That does need to change. I really do like that they've really improved the repair cost and they've made upgrading actually work. Again, this stuff should have been fixed from the start. Let's be honest. It should never have been like that. And it should not have taken this long to fix it. But at least it's hopefully, if I'm understanding it correctly, hopefully it's at least fixed now. So that's good. And again, this is also something that should never have been there from the start. You should always have qualified by setting a defensive team to get the benefits from your clan. You should never have been locked out of rewards because, hey, I wasn't on at the right time. You know, I was at work for the first 8 hours of Siege. I logged on after I came home from work, and oh, my clan had wiped out their entire fortress. There was no attack for me to do. I could not qualify for any rewards. Absolutely silly. This is great. So basically, it seems to me like Siege is basically going to now be at the point that it should have been when it came out. That's my understanding. No really big changes or fundamental changes. Just making Siege be in the state that it should have been when it first released. Okay, the live arena stuff, forcing people into doing it. Again, I'm probably going to be very controversial here. I think this is actually good. I actually think this is good. I think these are good changes. I think a lot of people are going to hate it because you're going to be forced to do something that possibly is your most hated area of the game. But I do think it's good for the game overall, and it makes sense. And it's just how raid works. They force you to do stuff, and it's probably better for your account as well to be forced to do stuff as well. And yeah, clan improvements are fine. They're whatever. So there you go. Spicy changes, I think. Very spicy. Hopefully I didn't offend too many people saying that I think a live arena quest actually is okay. I'm sure I did. I'll see you all next time. If you're still subscribed, see you all then. Goodbye.